Welcome to Becca's Intuitive Tarot. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Today's reading I am going to be doing on Travis Decker. Try to find his location a little bit more. I will link the reading I did yesterday for him. Up in the video. Okay. Bring out truthful information. I'm going to try to make it so you can see the cards. Where's Travis Decker's? Putting on a show. We have putting on a show. Where's Travis Decker's physical body currently located at this current moment in time? Only bring out truthful information. Okay, he will be found soon, okay? We have went camping, fishing, hunting. Body's located out in nature. Okay, let's see. Where is Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? Only bring out truthful information. We have creek or riverbed. Creek or riverbed. We do have something about a black vehicle. Where is Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? Only bring out truthful information. Okay, so I did the reading yesterday. I did get out that he's a veteran. He had some sort of mental break, okay? Yeah, I keep seeing the dad card. I did get, he was located near like a national park. Yesterday, again, we have going to jail. So going to jail. Will be found soon going to jail. That came out as well yesterday. Where is Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? Only bring out truthful information. Only bring out truthful information. Where is Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? We have power plant, place where electricity or fuel comes from. Went fishing and hunting. Maybe he has some type of generator, or he used a generator. It's located outside in nature. The source of power would be... Oh, hang on. Okay, so strategic attacks. Okay, so I think this is his mind coming through. Because like I said, he has some type of mental break, okay? I got that he has some sort of PTSD. Like, I feel like he feels like he's under attack, okay? And this could also be law enforcement coordinating strategically to find him. That noise you hear in the background is a parrot, okay? Breaking of treaty. So this is talking about, because I did get that the girls were missing, okay? Again, I'm going into these readings cold. I like to go into the readings cold so I don't form a bias to the energy. So my mind doesn't form a bias, okay? So when I did the reading yesterday, got the girls were missing. It was considered an abduction. So breaking of treaty, okay. Mass casualty is something with his mind in war. We have a place where animals are, is going over, putting on a show, Clairsentience is the ability to feel things without being told. Empath. You guys could be an empath. Okay, clairsentience. So that is going over putting on a show. Breaking a treaty. There could be, again, one thing I did pick up is that there is, where he's located, either there's a strong historical connection to the land or a strong indigenous connection. Like it's some sort of sacred land, okay? So if you go back and look at time in the area where they roughly know where he is, look to see if there was a breaking of some sort of treaty between, you know, tribes or indigenous people and the government. Look for that. But this is also telling me that he broke a custody agreement, okay? Because that came out as well. That he was an ex-husband and he had an ex-wife. Okay. What goes over will be found soon. So something with the word creek or bed in it, riverbed, blue. So we have blue vehicle will be found soon. So I don't think there's two blue vehicles, or a black vehicle and a blue vehicle. What I'm being drawn to is the word blue, because that came out in my reading yesterday. The factory card came out and I was drawn to the colors. So, and it said colors are in the area where he's located. Okay. Yep, the parrot's talking. That's the... Yeah. What goes over... What goes over... He's... We have mass casualties from war, okay? I'm telling you, in his mind, he may think he's in some sort of war zone, okay? Overwent camping, fishing, and hunting. And I'm going to say this reading is alleged for entertainment purposes only. It's not fact. It's my thought. It's my opinion. The fact is that this man is on the run. There is a manhunt going on for him. He is accused of unaliving his 3 daughters, okay? That is the fact. Clarify creek or bed. So blue, if we do either black, because that came out in the reading too, was I kept getting like Black Widow in my, so I said something with the word black and a mountain. So like either a mountain peak or Widow's Peak. So Blue Creek, Black Creek, Black River, Blue River, something in this sense. Has a warrant out for his arrest. Goes over bodies located outside in nature. I mean, I think you guys can, I don't know if you have access to, I don't know how hard that is to look up to see if someone has a warrant for their arrest, but that's easy enough for you to confirm if that's truthful information or not. What goes over strategic attacks for where Travis Decker's body is physically located at this current moment in time? Conservation land that cannot be built on. Over strategic attacks. So this is it's land that can't be, some like conservation land, national park, parkland, okay? Goes over creek bed or riverbed. Only bring out truthful information. He might have lied about being somewhere, lied about being at work. Something, this wants to come out. There's lie, and the lie came out before. So he had lied about something. lied about where he was. And in the reading I did for him yesterday, he had a plan. Okay, there was a plan that came out. Goes over black vehicle. For where Travis Decker's physical body is located at this current moment in time. Only bring out truthful information. Lied about over black vehicles. So maybe he lied about something with a vehicle he has. Lied about key details, okay? Again, there's something here that is a lie. It could be on his end that he lied about something. Yeah, the parrot's talking, so yeah. And that maybe he lied to the mother of his children. Yep. Do you guys hear that? That's the parrot I'm watching. Hi, Polly. Okay, what goes over going to jail? For where Travis Decker's physical body is, we have van, truck, SUV, car. So what I'm getting with this is kind of like van life. I don't know where he lived, okay? But maybe he liked to travel, okay? I did get that he keeps moving locations, okay? As well. Am I reading yesterday's reading? So maybe they found a vehicle. Van, truck, SUV, car. Maybe I'm getting like van life, okay? Yeah, that's the truth. So he may have lived out of his vehicle. The truth card goes back in my deck. I always have a truth card in every single deck. What's this power plant place where electricity or fuel comes from? For where Travis Decker? Meaning ground defense, overtaking. Okay, so we have bridge or overpass nearby. So I got mountains out. So in my reading yesterday, so with mountains, there could be a mountain pass, okay, that he has to travel through. We also have state highways and roads nearby. Clairaudience is the ability to hear spirit. So maybe you guys are clairaudient. Okay, this bombing and ground defense, this is telling me law enforcement is using ground defense. Okay, may also be using using helicopters to search the area. Okay, which I also feel would be making him feel in the mental state that he's in, like that he's actually in a war zone. And I feel like he had some sort of psychotic break, and that's what kept coming out in the reading, that he was... What goes over blue vehicle? Dive team searching. Let me see. Missing child. Blue vehicle. Missing child. We do know that they were his children were considered missing. Family involved with his disappearance. Unusual colors. Colors are very significant. Unusual colored vehicle. Purple, pink, etc. I think the colors are significant here. Evidence. There can be some sort of evidence found in a vehicle. Okay. What goes over... has a warrant out for arrest. Again, I don't know how hard or difficult that is to check to see if someone has a warrant out for their arrest. But that's one way that you can validate that this reading is bringing out true information if you have the ability. Yeah. What goes over warrant out for their arrest? Brown eyes, dark skin tone. Description of the person, which is weird. So, brown eyes, dark skin tone. Description of the person. I don't know that he's bald, but definitely brown eyes, dark skin tone. That is the truth. What goes over conservation land? So, goes over conservation land that cannot be built on. For where Travis Decker's physical body is. The dad card wants to keep coming out every time. What goes over conservation land and that cannot be built on for where Travis Decker's physical body is? Okay, we have a place where animals are. Lied about being at work. I don't know what this has to do with. Something about a girlfriend is the person that hurt him. Lied about being at work. A place where animals are. I'm going to put that off to the side. That may be for a different case you guys are working on. Information for if you guys are watching other cases or if you're working on other cases, information will come out if it's meant to come out to help you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe he's feeling, bombing and ground defense, okay? So conservation land. So this could be that there's not military, but police presence in this conservation land that cannot be built on, okay? This could be referring to his ex-wife as well, okay? That he feels like his ex-wife hurt him. What's this? Was lied about being out at work. Lied about being at work. What does this have to do? Missing child. Lied about key details. Yeah, he lied about key details. That's truth. Lied about being at work. Or something working. He lied about key details. Maybe to the mother of the children. It's underneath truth. Farmland. Barn. Underneath truth was person works in healthcare, nurse, doctor, maybe MA, dentist. Maybe he lied to a someone who was assessing his mental state. Okay. Or a doctor or a nurse, something like that. Okay, what goes over? Is that unusual colors? Where is Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? State road sounds like a... Hang on, something wants to come out here. You guys need to check a storage facility. Lied about key details. Something about a storage facility. It could be evidence in a storage facility, or maybe something with a vehicle is being stored in a storage facility. We do have DNA evidence going over van, truck, SUV, car. Something about stage evidence. Fighting, abuse, arguing. DNA evidence can be found in a vehicle. This overtaking capital wants to keep coming out, okay? So this could be referring to maybe something where he was in a war, okay? And maybe that's what he thinks is going on here. Or that could have to do with what's going on overseas right now. Or even what's going on in the United States right now. The riots. Not riots, protesting, okay? Okay, we have something about a ravine. Located in a ravine. A deep, narrow gorge with steep sides. So this is going over a bridge or overpass nearby. So he may need to go through like some type of like a ravine or over like a pass through to get like to move in the mountains, because I got mountains. Deep, narrow gorge with steep sides. Where's Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? Only bring out truthful information. And I try to do it so you guys can see. So just in case a message needs to come out for you, or if a word needs to come out for you, that Spirit will bring out what needs to be seen by by you who's watching. If you're for a message for you. Okay? Where's Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? And bring out truthful information. Okay, I gotta shuffle. Where's Travis Decker's physical body located at this current moment in time? Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, hang on. I don't know if I'm supposed to take those. That's way too many. So we have homeless shelter, okay? So he could have been, because of the mental state he was in, he could have been staying in a homeless shelter. Location, we have Pacific Coast. Clothing store, something about his clothing. Upper Pacific Coast. State highways, Upper Pacific Coast. Something with colors, you guys. Colors are very significant here. Land that has no trespassing signs or markers on it. Which just makes search animals. Okay, that came out in my other reading. Which just makes, I mean, this all the much sadder. You know, could this have all been prevented if this man got the right help he needed? And I'm not saying what he did was right, but if he had this mental break, this mental snap, you know, obviously something happened where he snapped, okay? And it has to do with, I kept getting the PTSD card out, okay? And this is not a knock against my government or anything, but I truly feel that our veterans need to be taken care of way more than what they're being taken care of. More resources and more things need to be invested into taking care of them, especially their mental health. This is just my little rant, because they're going into war zones. They're seeing things that most of us couldn't even imagine seeing. That takes a toll on someone's mind. They're risking their lives for us. But then they come back broken and shattered. Not all of them do, but some of them do. Because of the stuff that they've seen, the things that they had to witness, the things they had to go through. And not everybody has a strong mental mind. Okay, where they can compartmentalize things. Okay? And, You know, that's just my rant. And I've always felt that our government really needs to step up in regards to providing for our veterans. Because if he would have had the proper care, again, this isn't fact. What I'm saying, I can't factually say he had a mental break, okay? I'm just telling you what the energy is saying. But if that is fact, this all could have been prevented. So is the military, is the army going to, is the government, no, the parrot said no, going to compensate now the mom for the loss of her 3 children? Not that compensation is anything. I can't believe, I couldn't even begin to understand what this mother is going through. Something about colors, you guys. It's very significant. Maybe the mom works in healthcare. Maybe someone around him works in healthcare, okay? Someone who he was acquainted with. Truck driver. So he might have driven a truck, a van, SUV. Trying to clean up. I don't think it was. Cabin in the woods. Be careful, okay? Be careful if you live in this area, because I kept getting home invasion out in my last reading. So be careful if you live in the upper area of Washington, okay? Farmland. Anything else? Okay, I'm going to pull from, there was nothing really at the bottom of the deck. Press conference. There may be a press conference coming out. Okay. I'm going to put that over. It says convicted of a crime involving children. Well, we know there was a crime involving children. Airport. There may be an airport. I'm more so getting... What's this? He's going to be found, you guys. Something about colors, okay? Why are my cards backwards? I don't like that. Okay. So they could be already putting charges underway again with that warrant that came out. I don't know if he has a warrant for his arrest. I think that'd be, I don't know how you would check to see if someone has a warrant for their arrest. If you're able to, that would validate the information. Planes on standby. Keep getting this person works in healthcare, nurse, doctor, MA, dentist. So there's an energy that's associated with him. Someone has long hair. The person that has long hair. There's foster parents, but so there's that energy. Dad, the dad card. Brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin. For description, over homeless shelter. Yeah, Native American. I'm getting a strong tie. I'm not saying it's Native American land, but I get a strong tie to the land with that treaty there. Okay. There's heritage there. Anything else? Search animals. I think I just seen a national park card. What is this? Okay, so the person that hurt them, the 3 girls, is a person who is transient. A person who is staying or working in a place for only a short time. We did get the homeless shelter that came out. Yeah, there's the national parks. National Guard may be involved. Yeah. Or he was part of the reserves. Searching for evidence. Yeah, national parks. National parks, DNA evidence, missing child, search animals, national parks, the dad card. Would go over person that hurt them had long hair underneath, brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin, location upper Pacific West, land that has no trespassing signs or markers on it. Something about short hair as well. He may be changing his appearance. Alright, guys. I'm going to pull from a different deck. He's going to be caught. Streets are numbered. Land out in the country. Okay. Something about colors, guys. Loading docks. Skiing area, sledding area. We're gonna streets or roads that have presidents' names in them. Well, we know Washington, her president's name. All right, I'm gonna pull. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be so loud. I'm gonna pull from my Wildwood Tarot, just because this does talk about nature, and I'm going to see if it can give us more information about where his physical body currently is. We have the Polar Star, and the Four of Stones, protection. I'll show you that's the Four of Pentacles. This looks like a cave. Six of Bows, abundance. So this is telling me, again, he has what he needs to survive out in the wilderness. He has the knowledge, and that's the thing that came out in my reading yesterday, is that he has the knowledge and the skills to survive the wilderness, okay, to navigate the wilderness. Okay, only bring out truthful information. Can you bring out the card where, by reading the description in the book, it'll help point to where Two of Arrows and Justice. So that's talking about the scales there. It's being blinded to something, okay? Not being able to see the way. And injustice, that's talking about law enforcement. I got one more card, please, about where Travis Decker's physical body is currently located at this current moment in time. We have the Six of Stones. Okay. Exploitation. Let me read what it says. And then the Queen of Arrows. At the bottom of the deck is a swan. Okay, the two of Arrows. Hang on. That one came out first. Okay, description. The enthorned and faceless figure of Justice sits like a statue, her feet resting on an ancient wooden longbow. Her eyes are bound, and she wears a simple white gown. Above her head are the uneven scales, one plate bearing a feather, the other a few coins. She holds two arrows to her arms. Meaning, the scales of natural justice have been skewed by false judgments, ignorance, or arrogance. Sitting in judgment with unbalanced scale to an untrue premise, however, accidentally or sincerely, will not prevail. The bow is broken, and unless though prejudice and misuse. Reading points. False conclusions and unjust decisions based on disinformation motivated by fear, greed, and prejudice, can cause innumerable problems, either mistakenly or deliberately distributed to prevent the course of natural justice and the revelation of the facts by those who fear the truth and wish to manipulate the situation for personal control or gain. This propaganda will not survive honest, wise, and impartial scrutiny. In many worldly situations, the truth becomes hijacked and twisted to become a false message, designed to confuse and install fear in those seeking clear insight. The wise seeker questions and tests false messages and discerns the validity of a harmful accusation. Perversions of the truth will always bring frustration and bitterness to the individual or group that deploys such dishonorable tactics. The perpetrator of lies and falsehoods will always be judged as an unreliable source, bent on mischief and destructive interference. For the victim of injustice, the best defense of truth is always more truth. So there is a lie going on here. That is definitely clarified. We got the lie coming out. The scales of natural justice have been skewed by false judgments, ignorance, or arrogance. Sitting in judgment will unbalance scales to an untrue premise. However, or sincerely, will not prevail. The bow is broken and useless through prejudice and misuse. So there is some disinformation going around, okay? That's what I'm getting from this. Either mistakenly or deliberately distributed to prevent the course of natural justice and the revelation of facts by those who fear the truth and wish to manipulate the situation for personal control or gain. The propaganda will not survive honest, wise, and impartial scrutiny. In many worldly situations, the truth becomes hijacked and twisted to become a false message, designed to confuse and instill fear in those seeking clear insight. The wise seeker questions and tests false messages and discerns the validity of harmful accusations. Perversions of the truth will always bring frustration and bitterness to the individual or group that deploys such dishonorable tactics. The perpetrator of lies and falsehoods will also always be judged as the unreliable source, bent on mischief and destructive interference. For the victim of injustice, the best defense of truth is always more truth. And this could also be speaking of his mental state. Motivated by fear. The course of natural justice and the revelation of the facts by those who fear the truth, to wish to manipulate it. I think that's speaking about his mental state. We have the Six of Stones. Two ragged and distraught figures, an old man and a girl, stand by a row of damaged and abandoned beehives, holding empty bowls. Broken and unused farming tools lie on the ground nearby. Through the leafless trees, we see the surrounding fields, barren and desolate. In the distance, smoke rises from burning piles of spoiled crops. So you may see smoke, okay? Meaning, selfish or foolish overuse of non-sustainable resources implies imbalance in work or business that is damaging to yourself or the environment. Okay, so you may be able to see smoke from where he's located. All right. Reading points. The human race's capacity to exploit planetary resources to our own detriment is motivated by a flawed belief that we have the right to do so. As we begin to come to terms with the profound effects of global climate change and the If I could read, I can read. I just need to slow down. The irreversible effects this will have on our children's lives. The human race still struggles to deal with the unresolved issues of how to feed the billions of new human beings born every year. How we will resource the education, health, and social service requirements of entire generations to come seems like a question too painful even to think about. With world financial systems and safeguards breaking down, he broke down. And faith in the government's ability to tell the truth and act with integrity severely damaged our social moral codes, and once familiar cultural norms appear under enormous strain. We all need to be aware of the price our children will pay for our exploitations of the planet's resources. I think that's just talking about how he didn't have the help he needed. And unfortunately, because he didn't have the help we needed, he was feeling left out with the Five of Stones. He has the knowledge to survive. It takes inner strength and courage to protect yourself and survive the challenges of life. This may mean withdrawing from trauma to focus on emotional resilience. Endurance. He has the endurance to survive in the wilderness. And the Queen of Arrows. It means entering the spring equinox. Meaning the graceful and powerful bird has long been associated with myth and legend. From the Greek Leda, transformed into swan after mating with Zeus, in this form, to Elsa of the stories of the Grail Knight. The swan is a strong and regal protector. Reading points. A state of separation may exist, bringing with it sorrow and misfortune. You may need to break old bonds and find new rivers in which to swim if you are to move beyond this place of darkness and loss. Tracks and pathways. Purity, loss, change, suffering, absence, freedom after strife. I think this is speaking of the mother. And she didn't see this coming with the two of arrows. See if I can pull one more card. The Seer. Let me see the Seer. 2. One more card. Please bring out a card that will show the description or give the description of where Travis Decker's physical body is located at this current moment in time. The Knight of Vessels, Eel. He's moving. Slowly, though. With the Four of Vessels. He's reminiscing about his past with the Six of Vessels here. Reunion. This talks about memories. The Six of Vessels is the Six of Cups. This is what the image looks like. But in his mind, I think he's coming in and out of clarity in his mind. Yeah, that's the truth. With the Ace of Arrows, the breath of life. Let's see, the Knight of Vessels. I think that's the Knight of Cups. And the Four of Vessels. So this is talking about he took actions based off an imbalance of emotion, okay? Knights speak of taking action. Okay, it says the meaning. The eel is a great, it says passing through the autumn equinox, the Knight of Vessels. The eel is a great purveyor of wisdom and has a reputation as a protector. So he has the wisdom and knowledge of the land, okay? In Irish myth, it is said that certain eels could turn themselves into weapons when wielded by a warrior. Okay. So he has combat knowledge as well. Oh, my ears. Okay, Balaga, the famous spear, the gay Balaga, derives its name from the eel and the war goddess known as the Morgan assumed that form in battle. He's been in battle. He thinks he's in battle. The eel swims through water where weeds and cresses drift. Hang on, guys. Reading points. With purity of intent, your destiny defined, you are able to bring wisdom and maturity to your tasks. With purity of intent, your destiny defined, you are able to bring wisdom and maturity to your tasks, embarking on a quest of personal revelation. Your vision leads you onward. Your deepening feelings are expressed at every turn. So it seems like we are on the right track here. Tracks and pathways. Attraction, conquest. A welcoming, compliance, agreement, induction. Coming together, union, arrival. All right, and then we have the Four of Vessels. And I don't think he's in a good way, though, with just the image there. Because this is going under the Six of Stones. So he may be having to go without food or water. Four of Vessels. Lethargy or laziness. I'm not... it talks about a cave. It's obviously not a female figure, but it says, description, a female figure sits at the mouth of a cave in the typical poise of boredom, staring at nothing. Beside the cave entrance are two vessels from which sprout a vine-like plant, which curls up over the rock to form a tangled arch. So an archway and something with rock caught in the thicket, or two more vessels from which streams of water issue. Meaning lethargy or laziness, looking at an individual in a cycle of wasted energy. He's running out of energy, while all around in the source of inspiration waiting there for the taking. The sickness of the soul. The universe responds favorably to a decisive forward momentum, while boredom leaves a person in a state of inaction. There are many reasons for feeling disenchanted or trapped in life. I got that out in his reading I did yesterday. He was feeling trapped. So disenchanted and trapped. Disenchanted. The causes of the malice and the feelings of being weathered by routine or beaten down by conflict are common. But in the end, it is from ourselves that the first sparks of momentum must emanate. Emotionally frozen or disconnected people become black holes. of despair in which all light and positive energy fail to return. However, the keys required to allow energy to flow and enlighten the individual again are almost always. We also have the Six of Vessels, okay? And this is telling me it also can refer to the coming together of a band of comrades, tribal or clan members, or a brotherhood of loyal friends gathering for acknowledgement of their shared bond. It may also refer to a reunion of the individual with their own true nature in terms of a forgotten or rejected history or experience. So he's going in and out of mental awareness. That's what this is telling me. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there for you, okay? I'm going to zoom out here so you guys can see images. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please do hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I do upload a video. Okay, I will link his first video up here or at the end of the video, okay? Again, please keep sharing. Share this video. It helps bring awareness to as many people as possible. Y'all have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.